All right. So this last episode, Frank and I were talking about hiring people, and that being tends to be a bottleneck. If you didn't listen to last week's episode, go back listen to it. We talked about a relationship manager, the importance of having conversations, and that you don't actually have to be the one to do it, but somebody's got to have conversations. And so we talked at length about that. So listen to the episode. Also, you'll hear that I'll give you a cool gift for booking a strategy call. But go back to the episode, listen to it. This week, what I want to talk about is what I really think is an error in hiring people. And I learned a lot of this from Carl White, watching Carl, and over the last 5 years, I've been doing this 23 years, and so in the last 5 years, I've brought over 100 plus people on my team in just the last probably 2.5 years, and either hired them or brought them on at some capacity. And what I've just learned a lot about hiring. In the beginning, it was I got to over plan, over prep. What if I don't hire the right person? You'd hear things in the back of your mind like, I've done that before. That didn't work. It's like a bad haircut. You get a bad haircut, you don't stop getting a haircut. You just go to a different barber. And what I want to challenge everybody today, especially as you're growing your teams, is it doesn't always have to look like it used to look. You may not need a full-time person. Let me give you an example, and I'll continue with what we talked about last time about the relationship manager. If I know to close more loans, I need to have more conversations. What would it look like to have more conversations? Well, for me, it's like what would it look like to have 500 outbound calls a week? And I'm not likely to do that. But if I hired somebody, or maybe two people, or maybe even a third person, what would that look like? Well, nobody's working full time making that many calls. So what if I hired a couple of part timers, 8 to 12 hours a week, that could make 200 outbound calls a week each, with the goal of having 60 conversations, 5 appointments booked, and 10 relational leads? Then now you start to see where it's like, wow, we could really accelerate growth just by having a couple of part-time people that are costing a couple, 300, 400 bucks a week each. And for me personally, it's produced tremendous results. So over 2,000 outbound calls, 395 conversations, 29 appointments booked, as well as 18 relational leads, which represents 4.5 transactions. And so we've seen the results from it. But what I hear is, and that was just in the last 60 days of doing it. What happens if it fails? I'll tell you, I'm just going to knock down some of the things and how to hire people correctly. Number one, what happens if it fails? Let them go. It's no big deal. You hire fast, you fire even faster. And one of the things when we hire people, we feel like it's a lifelong commitment. It's not. Hey, I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to set clear expectations. Here's what I'm looking for. Here's my desired result. And then if it doesn't work, it's okay, but we'll just part ways. I mean, at least we'll know quickly. And how do you know it's not working? Well, if they're not proactive, if they're not diligent, if they're not doing it themselves, if they aren't getting results, it's not going to work. And just be real clear with that up front. Number two is, how do I train them? I don't have any time. Well, let me tell you what I did. Part of the membership, we have such good content that Carl, myself, and the team have developed. When I heard the relationship managers, I didn't spend 10 hours training them. I literally grabbed the Dr. Butler training that Carl did. I grabbed past client database, and I grabbed Thor's hammer, and I sent it to him and said, watch it, write out the script, and write out the process and framework of how you're going to make these calls. And I'd like it done in the first 48 hours. So I gave them literally 2 days to prep. And to get acclimated to the CRM. Like, I didn't go, all I did was gave them logins and told them, hey, loan officer CRM, we got a support call. If you need to jump in there, you can jump in. See, what we try to do is all roads lead to Steve, and I got to train them, and I've got to walk them through the video, and I've got to give them the script, and I've got to do this. No. Hey there, if you're loving the tips so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss out on more cool free tips coming your way. I'd also love to hear from you. Make sure to drop a comment below and let me know what you think, or what it is you want to see next. And we'll see you on the inside. See you. If you got the right people, they're resourceful. If you got the right people, they'll take their own initiative. If you've got the right people, all they need is to be led into the direction And I'm just going to hold them accountable. Hey, listen, the first few days, you're going to get set up. You're going to watch the training. You're going to develop the script that I'm giving you in a video. And then we're going to build the list so that by the end of the week, you're making outbound calls. And literally in 72 hours, they were making calls. And it's a little messy. Some phone calls were dropped and the script wasn't dialed in and they had some objections. And so here's what I do. The first probably 5 days, every morning, just do a quick huddle, 8:30 to 9 o'clock. Hey, what can I help you with? What are things? And then in the afternoon, when they're done making calls or whenever it's a good time, do a quick recap. And so for the first week, it's a little more intense, but it's not a lot more intense, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes of your time. And it's just a morning huddle to set the day and an afternoon recap. And then the second week, guess what? I'm not going to do it 5 days. I might do it three. By the third week, I'm meeting with them on Mondays and Fridays. And by the fourth week, I'm just meeting with them on Monday mornings. And that's how easy it can be. We make the bottleneck. I got to overtrain and give them all their tools. Look, the right people are resourceful. That's what I want to encourage you. I think the biggest error in hiring people is that it all roads lead to you, whether it's a pre-approval specialist. Look, if you hired a pre-approval specialist and they're like, well, hey, where do I get, my logins here? And where do I, how do I get into, like I'm in the broker world, how do I get into this broker portal and who would upload it? The question you have to ask is who can help you with that? And the answer is not me. When I hire people that tell me what to do, that are resourceful, and they understand that somebody else has your answer. And what I'm good for is a quick 15, 20-minute huddle in the morning, and then pointing you in the direction of resources to solve your problems, take initiative, and get results. And if you'll start focusing on hiring people with those objectives, I think the biggest thing is it's like, well, I've got to, and it takes this time. No, the right people don't take a lot of time. The right people are resourceful, and you're not their answer. Your job is to cast vision. Your job is to encourage. Your job is to give direction. Your job is to lead your team, not do all the work. So I hope that helps. I didn't mean to rant. I just want to encourage you, especially from a continuation of last week's relationship manager. You don't have to do all the training, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And if it doesn't work out, let them go. Because if they're not the right person, there is somebody out there that would love to do the job that you need done. And now it's just uncovering who that person is. So I hope it helps you. Listen, if you want the field guide, you're not a member. You want the field guide on how I hired 2 relationship managers that are crushing it here in the last 60 days. I'll give it to you. Go to freedomplanningcall.com, schedule a time. Ask the team for the field guide for the relationship manager. I'll give it to you. If you're a member, send an email to support at the Marketing Animals. We'll give you, I did an hour training. I did a whole bunch of extra stuff, but you'll get that as a member. And so just send an email to support at the Marketing Animals. We'll give it to you. It's already in the membership for non-members. We'll give you a gift for booking in a strategy call. All right, guys, hope that helps, and look forward to seeing you on the inside. Remember this, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Just get started. See ya.